your hand.
You're gonna have to speak up for me too, because we got arena noise tonight.
Cream.
Hey, Mike, congratulations, first of all.
Unbelievable. The grade 8.
The grade 8 keep pushing it, don't they? They look like they were going to pass out there at a certain point.
Teresa said her last rebound, the tank was on empty.
That's what it looked like. We keep talking about gritty and guts and all these things. How do you sum up tonight against a team that's been this successful?
I credit all the way around. Number one, I think our coaches have done a great job, both in scouting preparation for our games, and number two, in just individual, work and talking. I mean, the amount of time that, people like Leilani and Teresa have done to shoot the ball and get themselves back in rhythm has been huge. Obviously, Tina's playing the same. She's played all year, terrific, but I think she's even taken it up a notch the last 2 games, just willing herself to carry this team a little bit. But the grit part is that, they just hang together. I mean, we had, I thought, a good game plan. We stuck to it. When they got us frazzled a little bit early in the second half, we got our composure back. Obviously, Tina hit 2 big shots, and then Leilani hit a couple big threes when they had gotten the lead. And we came right back. And, it's credit to all of them for sticking with the game plan and finding out what worked.
We talked so much at the beginning of the season about shots not falling. How nice is it to be on the other end a night like this where, you get Leilani cooking and, everybody, Teresa's cooking, all those shots from behind the arc falling at a good time tonight.
Well, it's interesting too. I mean, we didn't really have a great shooting night from Teresa and Ariel until it counted. I mean, they were struggling, but made big shots down the stretch. And that's just something about them. A lot of players, when you're having a bad night, kind of run away from shots at the end of games. They just stayed in there. I mean, it helps probably. They know they're not coming out. It's like I don't have a lot of choices at that point. But they stayed with it. Ariel had a tough game until the end, and then she made big plays. That's what it's about. And we got defensive stops when we absolutely needed it.
That's perfect for me. Thank you.
You bet.
Jen.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Back in the day when you coached Tina in Connecticut and she would have big games like this, did she look, as dominant as she did tonight? Or what is different about the way that she's taking over this year?
Well, in Connecticut, she didn't have that 3-point game. She didn't have the step-out game that she has now. The majority of her game was around the basket. She was starting to work on that when I coached her. But, she was only 3 years into her career, and she was an MVP without even having that in the game. So now, she's made teams play for every kind of way they've played her. She's found people out of double teams when she's been double and tripled as she was tonight. She's, gotten offensive rebounds to score tonight. She's made threes. The 3 wasn't part of her game. And that's a big reason why. And I just think her individual defense has gotten better too. She's more comfortable. I mean, when she was young, if you had asked her to switch on to a guard, that would have been, I don't know if I can do this. Now she's got that confidence to do just about anything we ask.
Yeah, and I was going to follow up and ask you about her defense. It seems like she's regularly getting the toughest matchups. What about her defensive skills allows her to, be able to be successful against a Stewie night in and night out?
Well, it was interesting. We tried to save her a little bit in the first half and not put her on Stewie till we got to the second half, particularly in the fourth quarter. So that was an adjustment we made later on. We just wanted to save her a little bit. I think what she does defensively, first of all, she's got length. I mean, she's got long arms, so she can bother people. The second thing she does is she doesn't get pump faked into too many fouls. She has quick feet. And so, in today's game, post players have to be able to switch on to guards sometimes. And she was able to switch on to Jewel Lloyd and Sue a few times. and Prince and keep the ball in front of her. You know, guards don't blow by her. And so that's a big difference in her defense. And that, you know, then obviously, you know, defensive rebounds, I mean, it's hard to take it away from her. If she gets her hands on the balls, it's not getting taken.
Last question for me. You know, is there a way to stop Tina? I'm not asking you to tell us what it is, if there is one, but can you stop Tina offensively when she's having a night like tonight?
I don't know. I mean, we've joked in our office. I mean, it's not a real joke, but I mean, it's in a sense like, how would we play against her? We're thinking, man, that's really hard. And you know what I think we would do, I will never tell anybody else ever. So
I totally get it. Thanks, Coach.
M.
Hi, Coach. It's M from the Next here. I was just wondering, so Leilani Mitchell obviously had a lot of big threes for you this game. The Storm left her open on a lot of weak side rotations. How'd you focus on getting her the ball, and how big do you think this game is for her confidence going forward?
Well, we didn't focus on getting the ball. We just basically say when teams start doubling, keep moving until you find the open one. And we kept putting her on the weak side so that the second pass out of a double team, either she or Teresa or Ariel, one of them was going to be in that spot to shoot it. And, you know, we feel confident in all of them. She was the most consistent tonight. I think, you know, we've been telling her, hey, we need you to shoot. You know, you have to make, even if you're having a bad night, keep shooting the ball. We need that threat on the floor. We know she's such a good shooter that, you know, when she's struggling, will eventually come back, which it has now. And it's, you know, partly been repetition. She had a slow start last summer and got it back right about this same time in a number of games. And, you know, hopefully that just continues, because if she can keep shooting the ball like that, there's a lot of things we can do on offense.
Great. Thank you.
Christy.
Coach, what a tremendous effort by the team. What does it say about the resilience and the spirit and the competitive fire that your team presented tonight, but over the last several games?
I mean, it's what we expect. I mean, you know, I mean, there's nothing extra about it. That's what you expect to go every day. I mean, our theme since day one has been win that day, win the day. And so you approach each day the same way. And, you know, we don't accept excuses. You know, we have all these injuries. We have all these things. You know, all right, these are the 8 that are playing. Go be as good as you can be. If it's good enough, great. If it's not, but you've given your best effort and you've dug in, then we'll accept that. The only thing we won't accept is a bad effort. And we haven't had very many of those.
And what did you say to Tina at the end? Because the video cut off right when you went over to Tina. What did you say to her before you walked off?
Great win. I didn't say much. I mean, we just hugged because it was such a, she played so hard the whole game. She didn't even want me to take her out to get her rest at the start of the fourth quarter, but I said, you know, let me buy you about a minute and a half, 2 minutes here with the timeout just to have you fresh down the stretch.
Shibata.
Hello, Coach. Thank you for your time. I'm calling from Tokyo, Japan, and congratulations on a great win tonight.
Thank you.
So my question is, today Tina Charles had a 5 of 6 shooting from the three-point lane. So how are you encouraging her to take the long range shots? Because
we don't have to encourage her. She just does it. She practices every day. It's something she wants to do. The other thing that we do a lot of, our team practices a lot using the NBA line. We practice from distance, so they don't even think about it that much. It's something we do every day. It's part of her routine. All of our posts shoot threes every day.
I was just amazed by watching her play like that, because, you know, in Japan there is no players like her, so it was incredible. And really,
there's not that many in the WNBA like her either.
Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。
That's it, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Shavonte, how are you?
Yeah, what's up? 2 times today, huh?
Right.
Lucky today.
Can you put into words what Tina Charles just did?
um, honestly, I don't know. I mean, she even had us in the bench like, how many points she got? How many points she got? That's how great she played. And right now with us having, people out, a significant amount of people that's out right now, we look for Tina to do what she did today and that step up, be a leader for us, scoring and defensively. I'm not sure how many rebounds did she have?
16.
Yeah, see, like 30, what she like 34 and 16, something crazy like that.
Yep.
But yeah, we look forward to her doing this. Been playing with her for a while, but I don't think I've ever seen her as dominant as she was today.
I was telling Christy every time I tried to type something, she'd score again. So
Yeah. Like back to back to back. Give it to her. Give it to her.
thank you, Shavonte.
You're welcome, Jen.
Cream.
Hey, Shavonte, congratulations.
What's up, Kareem, buddy?
What
Thank
up?
you.
Quickie, we've talked about these last couple games with y'all already being shorthanded. You guys been gritting it out and all those things about, playing shorthanded and things like that. But what does it mean against this team sitting at the top of the standings that's coming off a 5-game win streak and all that? Did you guys kind of grinding it out the way you guys won tonight? Does it mean even a little bit more when you guys kind of do the little bit of a measuring stick kind of thing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're talking about the defending WNBA champs. Yeah, they're number one, in league standings, but they're champions, playing against a team like Seattle, it's hard. And especially coming to Seattle, getting a big win like this, it just speaks volumes for our team. I know, before we ran out, we were just saying like adversity builds character. How we play today is how we're going to continue this road trip. And I think right now you see everybody came in to contribute, whether you played 2 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 30 something minutes. Every single person came into the game and contributed in the way they know how they can contribute. And it's just kudos to, us for buying in, and kudos for our coaching staff getting us prepared to even come in here and take this victory.
And I'm just curious, what was the conversation in the huddle just amongst the team? You guys go down, I think it was 77, come back, Ariel hits that one, Teresa hits 2 in a row. You guys kind of grab control again, but what was that talk kind of like going into that final stretch down by 1, like, yo, we got to do this right now?
I think for the most part, all we had to say was really stress, like trying to make the perfect play, the perfect, scheme, or the perfect offensive defense type of scheme. So in the timeout, we always just like, everybody relax. Let's take a deep breath. We know basketball is a game to run, especially playing a team like Seattle. We wasn't going to stop them the whole game. They have great players, great Olympians. So I think our main goal was don't get over rattled because they're making a run. Like if we just stay within stay within the game, stay within our game plan, everything else will just, follow us. And I think towards the end of the game, you seen that we was kind of more relaxed on offense. We executed our defensive schemes on defense. And at the end of the day, we finished it off with a rebound. And that's been our Achilles heel sometimes, having great defense and not, finishing in with the rebound. But I think today we did a great job of doing that.
That's perfect. Thank you. Congratulations again. Go get some rest.
Thank you,
Christy.
for real.
Hey, Shavonte.
Chrissy.
Hey. Now everybody is going to talk about the 16 made threes, as they should, but what was it on the defensive end that got the job done tonight on the road?
Wow, I didn't even know we made 16 threes. That's great, but for us, I think we really wasn't focused on the offense today. I know that sounds crazy, but we really was kind of keyed in on our defensive abilities and our defensive schemes. We know, playing with Sue, one of the greatest point guards in the league, and Stewie, missed everything. And, Jewel, that's having a great season. We knew we had to contain them. We wasn't going to stop them. We just had to contain them. And I think we all bought into whatever scheme we had planned out for all of them, including the whole team. And we just bought in. I think, the more we talked and the more we communicated, especially when they was in front of our bench in the fourth quarter when we needed those stops, that actually really, really helped us. Like I said, we could play great defense, but we always somehow, skip rebounding. So we didn't finish the defensive possession. But I think tonight we're really keyed in on getting the defense to stop by finishing the possession by getting the rebound. And I think we did a great job of that.
And how are these wins that are multiplying now? How is that helping? And not that there was an issue with it, but how is that helping with the confidence of this team winning the way that you have, especially tonight in Seattle?
I think for us, we know a lot of people probably sleeping on us. We know a lot of people probably like, oh, they down in numbers. What are they gonna do? All kinds of crap people think of when a team is down and overlook somebody. But for us, we use that as motivation. And we take it game by game. And we know going into LA this next game, it's going to be another tough battle on the road. LA is playing great as well. We know that we just played them at home. They didn't like the outcome. So we know they're going to give us their all. So we just got to take it day by day and keep improving on what we need to improve on and keep building off stuff.
Thank you.
I think that's it.
Thank you,
Siobhan.
Chrissy.
Thank you.
Peace. Thank you. Have a nice night.
You too.
Party is late.
Hey, Leilani, congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
You were good to go for overtime if y'all needed it, right?
Oh, no. That's what I was saying. I said, I don't think we've been in a game where everyone was this exhausted. Like, we just had to keep trying to tell ourselves, mind over matter. It's just been hard with the low numbers we have. But I thought we showed a lot of grit. It helped that we were all making our outside shots as well. So, it was a tough game, but super proud of all 8 of us.
We've been talking about this grit for the last several games, but does it mean it a little bit more against the defending champs?
Yeah, I think everyone was counting us out. So it's good for our confidence, even when we were tired and probably not being as aggressive as we should have been. The fact that we were still able to pull it out. Tina was huge for us tonight. She was making her outside shots, posting up, came up with big rebounds at the end. Everyone played really well.
And just one more, talk a little bit about yourself. How are you feeling? Obviously, the shot is back and falling tonight. So I guess how good does that just feel? Because I know there was some frustrations earlier in the season.
Yeah, obviously it felt good. Thought I should have made a few more of my open threes, but just like I said, the way Tina's playing and the way they have to double her because nobody can stop her. It obviously leaves us open out on the outside. So everyone did a great job of finding me, and I was able to put some in tonight.
That's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go get some rest.
Yeah, I will.
Christy.
Hey, Leilani. Hey, that was an amazing performance. Obviously, the threes falling like Kareem said, but I want to focus more kind of on the defensive side of things. What was the main key or keys on the defensive end that found your team success tonight?
Well, I think the coaches did a really good job of mixing up our defensive schemes of how we played, Stewie and Sue, and we played the post a little bit differently from one another. And I think that caused them some problems. And then when we did get mismatches, I thought the bigs did a really good job of getting the guards out and making sure we were rotating on the backside. Credit to the coaches firstly, but then secondly to us who I think for the most part we stuck with the game plan really well, where normally we have a lot of lapses and things like that. But for the most part tonight, I think we did a really good job of executing the plan.
And one more really quickly. On the offensive side, Coach Thibault was saying that, you know, when Tina was starting to get double teamed, it didn't matter. Like you said, even in double coverage, she was knocking in shots. But when that ball was whipping around, just the rhythm of the offense looked great. And yes, the shots were falling, but even if those shots didn't fall, like there was like a real continuity and fluidity on the offensive end. What was that patience and poise all about tonight on offense?
Yeah, I think we're just starting to understand that we have to move the ball, and the way that they played us defensively, the way they downed the screens on the side, or at times kind of trapped. We knew that if we got the ball out quick and made quick decisions, we'd find an open shooter. So, you know, that's kind of what we talked about the last few days, and I thought we did a great job of it. I think early in the season, the ball was getting stuck too much. You know, we were a little indecisive, and the coaches have been pushing that on us for a few games now, actually, just making quick decisions and moving the ball so that we can get easy open looks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jen?
Hey, Leilani, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I was going to ask about the ball movement as well, but I'll pivot. What is kind of your first impression of Megan Gustafson so far? I know that she just joined you guys and got 11 minutes tonight, but what have you seen from her both, you know, in practice and then tonight?
Yeah, well, she gives us another big body, someone that likes to post up, you know, kind of take the pressure off of Tina right now, especially with Maisha out. So that's good. And she'll run the floor and post up, which is always a great option, but at times we don't have that option. So, you know, she got in, she scored her first bucket, she got some rebounds. You know, we had one practice, so she's trying to learn the plays and trying to get in the right position, and we're trying to keep things simple when she is out there. But I think she can be important for us during this time while she's here.
And then, you know, with all the injured players back home in DC, how much have they been in your guys' ear during this road trip? Like, is Tosh like blowing up your phone right now?
Is what?
I said, is Tosh like blowing up your phone right now?
Everyone is like, you know, we obviously miss them so much, and I think we've been checking on them to, you know, we want daily updates of how they're doing, and same for us. They make sure they text us good luck, and they were super excited. I don't know how many messages from all of them were on our phone after the game. Like I said, there's so many. We've got 5 people out, so we're just trying to hold it down until they come back. Obviously, we miss them. We miss having them, you know, just being on the road. It's hard. Obviously, they're not with us on the court, but just having those voices in our ear at the timeouts or during the game, hearing them encourage us or making sure we're in the right positions. We miss it. So, you know, we're thinking of them and can't wait to get them back.
Thanks, Leilani.
Shavonte?
Hello, Leilani.
Hi.
Hi,
Yes.
Thank you for your time. My name is Takeshi Shibata my name is Takeshi Shibata from Tokyo, Japan. And great congratulations on a great win and great performance. I think you have scored 19 points and also had 7 assists against some of the best players in the WNBA, Sue Bird and Joel Lloyd. Both are selected on the national team for the Team USA, I think. So what was the key for you to be so successful against those great players tonight?
Yeah, just be aggressive and make sure I was pushing the ball up the court. And when I was in pick and rolls, we knew that they were going to sort of double team. So we just needed to be strong with the ball and make sure we found the open person. And then tonight, you know, a lot of the times that happened to be me. Tina did a great job of passing out the double team. You know, sometimes people turn down, you know, their open shot to pass it one more time to me for an open shot as well. So like I said, credit to my teammates for finding me when I was open, and thankfully they were going in today.
And I would like to ask you about the Tokyo Summer Games this year, because you were playing for the Australian national team, I think.
Yes.
So if you know something about the team Japan, my own country's team, please share.
I know that they just run and run and run and run. It's the most tiring games ever.
Okay, so how you looking forward to coming over to Tokyo again?
I'm excited, you know, especially because the last Olympics, we still have a lot of players returning for this Olympics that were on the team last time, where we didn't come home with a medal, and we're still really disappointed about that. So it's kind of a redemption year for us. That's our goal, is to get a medal, and of course to go for the gold medal. Obviously there's, you know, the best team is USA, but there's a lot of other teams like Japan, a lot of European teams that they have a lot of amazing players, well coached. So it's not going to be easy by any means, but that's our goal. And we're looking forward to trying to, you know, bring home a medal to Australia.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's it, Leilani. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Have a nice night.
Hey, what's up, Tina? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Me and Jen thought they might bring you in here completely packed in ice after that one.
Thank you.
Question, you know, even, you know, you guys are so shorthanded right now, and you've been doing so much throughout the entire season, but are you taking it as, hey, I got to do it, leaving a little bit more with all these folks out? Because it seems like, you know, the last two, you seem to kind of even kicked up the aggressiveness even another notch, if that's even possible.
You know, it's just the will to win. I think I'm just doing my job. I don't think I'm doing anything outside that you guys haven't seen in my career. You know, I'm just very thankful to be in this organization, but I don't see that I'm doing anything different aside from playing smarter, being more selfless, sharing the ball, trusting my teammates more. But outside of that, I'm just doing my job.
Does a game like this against the defending champs, against three of your Olympic teammates, Carrie, I don't know if juice is the word of it, but is this a good one to get hyped about and even measure yourselves a little bit?
I think just where we've been, this team, and, you know, losing here and getting a game here, I think regardless of who we played, we would have been excited. You know, just being shorthanded and not having the full roster. We have respect for every single team that we play against. So I just saw it as, you know, it could have been LA tonight and Seattle the next game. You know, a win is a win, and we're just elated just being that how shorthand and the injuries that's killing our team right now. So we're just thankful.
And just one last one for me. Mike said, you know, he said basically you didn't even want to come out tonight. How are you guys pushing through these short minutes? Because we could see you guys are, you know, exhausted down that final stretch, but you guys are still finding a way to kind of pull, you know, find enough of whatever to kind of push through down the stretch when you need it the most.
Yeah, you have to credit Coach T as well, you know, using his timeout smartly, knowing how to rotate us in. You know, I think even Stella did a great job coming in and getting stops and making a big three in the corner. You know, everyone just trusted the position he's going to put us in, and just knowing how shorthanded we were. So it's just more so not us thinking like, oh, when are we going to come out? We're just playing our minutes hard and just trusting that the coaching staff will get us out at the right time.
That's perfect. Thanks, and congrats again.
Thank you.
Jen.
Hey, Tina, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
You guys actually rebounded them tonight by 2. And I know we've heard a lot from you guys about how, you know, at times you guys have had really good defensive possessions, but maybe struggled to close it out with a rebound. How big of a point of emphasis was the rebounding tonight?
Well, just watching film on them, we know they're not a blockout team. You know, they're just as long as us. And so just trying to be in there, just be aggressive and going for the boards, just knowing how much getting rebounds definitely will start a lot of things for us and keep the momentum going and not wanting to give them confidence. So everybody knows boards and free throws are major, and turnovers are major reasons why you win games, limiting all those and getting more boards. So, yeah.
And then just wanted to ask you for your very early impressions on Megan and what she might be able to bring. She talked to us earlier today, and she was talking about how it's a post player's dream to learn from you. So just curious to ask you what you've seen from her.
Just seeing, wide eyed, just really excited to be back in the league, and just, just a very sweet woman. I'm happy. To be honest, I totally forgot her size. She has a great size. She's going to drag in the defense, her running the floor hard. She's going to get boards, and she's going to finish around the rim. So again, Coach T is really great at bringing in specific individuals into his organization, and he did really well with her.
Thank you.
And Christy?
Hey, Tina, congrats on a fantastic game and a great win. It's amazing to watch. With momentum being on the team side right now, the defensive side of things is what I want to ask you about. Yes, the 16 threes were fantastic. Yes, that right side double team teardrop that you hit, but I digress. But when you have the defense clicking on all cylinders, kind of like it was tonight, what was the main key within the defense to get you guys over the edge tonight?
Just to try to be as disruptive as possible. Stewie and Lloyd, they're great players, and we just trying to make it as tough as possible on the, Jewel had her run. I think she went on like a 10 or 12-0 run on her own, but that's what great players do. But we didn't hold our heads. I started out supposed to be guarding Russell, but I just took it personal. I wanted to guard Stewie, just knowing she's going to want to get herself going and try to be deceptive on her. We're not going to take away anything from them, but they're great players, and we were just trying to be deceptive as possible and just make it hard for them tonight.
And on the offensive side, besides obviously shots falling, what was the bonus of the rhythm of the offense? Like, even if those shots didn't fall, the rhythm just looked really fluid tonight. What was the difference on the offensive side?
Just coming into our identity, just what you all know about this team, just being very selfless and trusting one another with the ball and sharing the ball and taking the open shot and making the extra pass. It's a whole new team, different individuals coming into this organization. So just really buying into what Coach T wants from us and just what we've been practicing out there.
Last thing for me, just the confidence moving forward after this win and several that you've put together. What do you think that does for the team with the low numbers and everything and all the adversity that you're in the face of?
We're just believing in one another. We're not going to think to ourselves. We know the team's not going to feel sorry for us, so we can't feel sorry for ourselves. So we just got to go out there and just play with who we have, and just seeing each other work on our game and practicing, and just trusting that it's going to come together, and it did tonight.
Thank you.
Shibata?
Hello, Tina. Congratulations on a great win. I'm calling from Tokyo. So my question is, I'm curious about how you and Leilani are communicating to each other, because I don't know how you feel about having a national team from a different country, but how do you feel about it? And what kind of, if you have any kind of things like some trash talking, like with your teammate Leilani about Tokyo Olympics, please share.
So your question was, how do we communicate out there while we're playing? Sorry, is that? Yes. Leilani Mitchell is a great point. Go ahead.
I'm asking with it off-court communication with Leilani Mitchell. So Leilani Mitchell is a national team player for the Australian country. So I want to know how you feel about having a national team player from a different country.
Yeah, this isn't my first time, playing alongside a WNBA player that plays for another national team. I think Leilani is a great point guard. To be honest, I just want to keep Leilani happy. She's probably one of the most critical ones on me, and I love it. And that's when I play at my best. And so I'm thankful to be playing alongside of her, and I'm happy for her, and hope she has much success in her career. So yeah.
And so I wanted to ask you about if you have some kind of trash talking to each other about the Tokyo Olympics, please share.
Oh, have we had any discussions about Tokyo? That's your question.
Yes.
Yeah, we're both happy that, we wrote the name to our respected national team. We haven't really dwelled on it so much just because our focus are where we are now, playing for the Washington Mystics and the practices and games that we have ahead. And just being, two of the vets on this team. So we're just, keeping our focus on what's in front of us, and that's this team and the WNBA. And then I'm pretty sure once we get close to having to go to our national team right before the break, I'm pretty sure we'll wish each other luck and just to stay healthy. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. ありがとうございました。
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's it, Tina. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
You too.
You.